Hi guys, in this video I will talk about the class tier list in Lostark nowadays. This tier list is normally I think the best options of the class tier list is first is the DPS, second is the party accept, so no gate cap because of the class issues, and if some class has the merit about and going the party, so like the combat score 4K Gun Lancer with combat score 50K Leaper. In this case, normally they take the 40K Gun Lancer in the Serca Raid. So in this case, I will give the better tier list for the Gun Lancer than Leaper, even if they have the lower DPS because of the party acceptance. So what I want to target is first important thing is DPS. Second is the party acceptance. Third is the gaming ability and etc. So nowadays, Lostark balance is very well, except the top class and bottom class. So what I want to target is in this S class and D class, except this S and D tier, this A, B, C's balance is very well. If you are the A tier class, but if you make some mistake and this C tier class have the 100% well DPS in the both late, then this C tier can win the A tier class. So this ABC tier list gap is not that big. Just 1 to 2 cycle mistake, then this you can win. C tier can win the A tier, like this can be happen. But this S tier and D tier is different. If this A to C tier list that class makes some mistake in near late, but if this D tier class make the 100% DPS like the Tritians, but still this D tier is lose to them. And also this S tier class makes some mistake, and this A tier top class like this Breaker give the 100% damage like the Tritian, but still this S tier class can win. So summary of this class tier list is, except the S and D tier, balance is very well nowadays, but this S tier is too strong and this D tier is too weak, so this decrease the gap of the S and D is needed. But in your recent balance patch, there is no nerf of the S tiers and no buff to the D tiers. So let's start it. Why I give this Guardian Knight and the Arcana, this is Emperors, give the S tier? Because of the super high DPS. This damage is very high, and it is acceptable to give the that damage in the real late in the Serca, because Serca is really big and don't move many times. So this, whatever you guys do in the real late, you guys can't win these classes in the Serca. That's why I give these two classes the S tier. And A tier, Gun Lancer. This Gun Lancer, Light Gun Lancer have the big damage and good gaming ability. Also, head attacks party acceptance is very high in the Serca because of some destructions counter just guard patterns. And Soul Returns also that core upgrade combination have the high DPS. Both Breaker also have the high damage, and this Serca class engraving is head attacks. Party acceptance is good. Guardian Knight Dread also the head attacks and have the high damage and many push immunity. Also tier list is high. And both of Slayer have the high DPS. That's why I give the high A tier in the Serca. But in here in Serca, that long time stagger is important. So that's why I give this Slayer with the swiftness build with the 7 blade core. Give the almost end of the A tiers. In here, this sequence is not important, but I just took the A tier bottom and A tier tops. That is important, but not related with this sequence. What I want to turn is this A tier top is in here Breaker and Guardian Knight, and A tier bottom is the Slayers and the Leaper and Windfury, but this sequence is not related with them. For the Striker, they get the many buff these times, still they are trying, but in here they show the high DPS. So I will give the A tier. And Scrapple and Emperor also they have the high DPS, and Deathblade because of the synergy and the high stagger, their party acceptance is very high. That's why I give the A tiers, with some lower DPS than other class in the A tiers. And Berserker with specialization have the high DPS and good staggers. Aeromancer with buff, they have the high DPS and the good staggers and very easy to play. So the average of the DPS is high with all users. That's why I give A. Demonic with Rework Patch have the high DPS. Devil Hunter have the high DPS with that overload core and also many staggers, high stagger. Igniter have the high DPS. Also, the new concept in the Serca Raid, Igniter value is very high. That's why I give the A. And this Gravity Booms Destroyer is high. Reaper have the high DPS and high stagger. That's why I give A. About the B tier, Legacy Scouter get the rework and is become stronger, but because of the stagger issues and have the lower DPS than the A tiers, I give this Legacy Scouter as a B tier, and maybe this Legacy is the B tier top class. Soul Ritter have the good DPS, Striker also have the good DPS. This Lancer have the low DPS, but head attack can get the head positions, and that giving ability or other utility value is very high. Scraper also have the enough DPS to go the B tiers. This Sharpshooter also have the enough DPS to B tiers. Also, this Wild Sword and Valkyrie have the enough DPS to the B tiers. In near, this Reflux will be the bottom of B tier. In near, its DPS is higher than C tier, but not similar with this B tier. So I want to give this Reflux to the B tier bottom. Peacemaker and both Gunslingers have the good DPS, and Berserker Mayhem also get the buff and good DPS. Both Swordfist is the B tier, but in here I think their DPS is enough, but their structure is too bad. So in my thinking, they will get the soon rework or maybe buff. And Demonic, this class engraving swiftness is the B tiers. Refer, because this class have the low stagger, why they go to the B. And both Wardencer have the enough DPS but low stagger B tier. BE will be maybe the second of the B tier, have the enough stagger and high DPS, but vs the A tier it is hard to win them and also hard to win the Legacy, maybe second of the B tier. And Master Summoner also showed a good performance in the Serca Nightmare. And C tier is the Glaivier with specialization, very not enough DPS because of the crit rate difference of the Blunt Thorn. That's why I give the C tier top, because their DPS is enough high with the vs the B tier, but that low stagger and the Blunt Thorn issues is very big to them. And this Machinist, this C tier classes normally happen because of the low DPS or bad structures or not enough staggers. And in here, these classes are included in them. And this D tier, I think they need some rework and buff. Also, that's why I only give the Paladin in the supporter in D tier, except other in here. This Glaivier, the Swiftness, and the Aeromancer with specialization, Wild Sword with specialization have the very low DPS, low staggers, and bad structures. That's why I give the D. So, in here, except the S and D, this ABC is well balanced, but I think nerf of S and rework of D is needed, and additionally, this Swordfist needs some rework because both of the engraving have the bad structures and don't show the good performance. So thank you for watching.